listeners.
Chatty Chappies.
Here we are again.
Chatty Chappies.
Chatty Chappies.
Chatty Chappies.
Chatty Chappies.
Brian and Andrew on
Chatty Chappies.
Chatty Chappies.
Thank you for turning on Chatty Chappies.
Well, here we are again. Hi.
Hi, Andrew.
Studio One.
Studio One. Is this
This-
Studio
no,
One?
this is Studio
This is
Two.
Studio Two. Yeah.
This is Studio Two.
Yeah, I think we said Studio
Two.
Two the last time,
Time.
and it was Studio One.
Yeah.
No, that's confusing.
It is.
It is. So
Aye.
we're in two.
We're in Studio Two.
Yeah, and we're audio.
Your study, in other words.
My study. Yeah. And how's your day been?
It's been okay. I was working at home all day,
Yeah.
so I was, hard at it in
Yeah.
Studio One or my study.
Your study too. Yeah. So I was out this afternoon in the garden for a while, and I've been having real problems with moss.
All right.
And I've been raking the moss out. Anyway, I ran round the gardens, the two grass patches with the lawnmower. And then I thought, it's a fairly new lawnmower, but I haven't actually had a look at the blade to see how good
Is
it
it
is.
electric lawnmower or is it a petrol lawnmower?
It's electric battery. You charge up the battery,
All right.
Aye.
Okay. So
and it does the job.
it's
And I've got that, and I've got a strimmer, and I've got a battery for each.
okay.
So I can use the batteries interchangeable.
Righty-ho. Good.
So
Good.
I can cut both grasses with the two batteries.
And so is it a barrel blade on it or is it a rotating?
Right, so it's a rotator, which is like a big long knife, and it's got a blade at both ends.
Yeah.
So I'm tidying up, and I thought I'll have a look at this blade. So upside down, and there's quite a few.
I hope you took the battery out before you.
I did. I was very careful. I had it upside down without the battery on, and one of the blades had a lot of chips in it when it hit stones or something.
Aye.
I thought I'm just going to sharpen this blade, so out with the spanners. So I get the 12 mm's.
Yeah.
No, wrong size. So I thought that must be the 14. So I went back into the garage and I got the 14. Too big.
It was the 13.
It was a 13.
Unlucky for some. Eh?
So I'm slacking off that, and it was quite easy to
Yeah.
dismantle. Did the blade on the stone with the oil on it,
Yeah.
What's it called?
The, emery stone.
emery stone. So this was my father-in-law's.
Aye.
So it came from the croft. So
Oh.
I used that to sharpen up the blade, coupled it all up, and I'm winding up the nuts. And I'm thinking, oh, I used to do this with the cars in the past,
Yeah.
and it just seemed to be never do it anymore. Did you work on cars?
Yes. Yeah. I've done at my time. The son of a now gone, but a Fleet Air Arm air engineer
Okay.
who had joined the Navy early enough so that when he was learning his trade on aircraft, they were still piston engines,
Right.
which meant that he could tell me
Yeah.
he'd worked on piston engines that the rest of us only ever dream about.
Now my father was in the Merchant Navy,
Aye.
and he was an engineer too.
Yeah,
Yeah. So same blood.
same blood,
Same blood, yeah.
You know,
And we did jobs on cars. In fact, he was actually quite good. He would stand back
yes,
and he wouldn't do it.
aye.
And he would say, "So what are you going to do now?" And I would think, "Just tell me, just tell me." No, you've got to
work
learn.
it out yourself, you know.
Yeah,
Your
So-
trappets and
yeah,
get your feeler gauges out and
yeah.
take the spark plugs out and use
Yeah.
the feeler gauges on them just
Uh-huh.
to check that the
Yeah, Thous.
yeah,
Your dad would have been Thou man, yeah.
yeah, you know.
Nobody talks about Thous now. What's a Thou?
It's it's a thousandth of an inch.
Wow.
Because I've always thought, strangely enough, that metric measurements
Yep.
were simpler to work out than imperial measurements.
Okay. Because of the base 10.
I don't know whether, well, on the base of 10,
Yeah.
but I don't know whether because by the time I was at school, decimalisation had come in. It was coming in, and we got taught in when we were doing technical drawing, and we were doing it in millimeters.
Yeah. Well, I remember in my school days they talked about the generation coming after us, which is probably you, would only be using metric.
Yeah.
But,
so here's one for you then.
Okay.
Your 13 mil spanner or your 12 mil spanner, what would it have been in metric, which was known as AF across the flats? Okay,
so the 12 would have been metric, yeah?
12 mils
is metric, yeah.
It's
so you're thinking
millimeters.
Imperial.
So imperial, when they used
AF would have been
sort of 3/8, whatever.
Oh yeah. Oh dear, I can't remember.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I just remember that the AF stood for across the flats.
Across the flats.
So if you're thinking of the hexagonal.
And then you had Whitworth.
Whitworth. No, I don't.
Yeah, there was Whitworth as well.
Yeah.
And as you say, AF. Now. Here's an interesting one then, just on that line. At one point I have an Allegro Estate, a blue one. Quite a nice little car.
Oh yeah, the Allegro, the Austin Allegro.
Yeah.
In fact, I always thought that the Allegro Estate was a nicer looking car than the Allegro. Which, when you see occasionally photos come up on Facebook and Twitter of people's old cars, and you see an Allegro, they look better now than they did in 1972 or whatever year it was it came out.
Yeah.
You go, oh yeah, the Allegro, yeah.
But I do remember using the Allegro, and on a Friday we used to go up to Glasgow for a singing practice for a wee band that we had at that point. Anyway, I had this problem, and the thermostat went on it.
Yes.
And the thermostat was quite near the front.
Yeah.
And in a housing, and it had a plug. Now, they were getting quite modern with the cars then, and the plug was a hard plastic.
Right. Okay.
And you had to remove the plug to get into the thermostat. So,
They always looked thermostats in cars. They always reminded me of that gyroscope thing that you got where you pull the string and it.
Exactly.
They just had a look at that.
They did. They did. Yeah. So I'm saying to Father, what am I going to do here? He says, well, you're going to have to remove this, and if it breaks, it breaks. You can worry about that if it breaks, but you have to take that out to get the old thermostat out and put the new thermostat in. So we got the end cap thing off. Plug, I suppose you should probably call it. Got it off, and of course ruined.
Yeah.
So useless. Anyway, got the thermostats all sorted out, and we're ready to run. You see, and I'm saying, right then, Dad, what do we do now? Because I don't know if it was at night time, but garages weren't open.
Yeah.
And how do you get the car running to get off to work the next day?
So I take it you weren't a member of one of the two main motoring organisations of the time. Yeah.
No, not the blue one or the yellow one.
The yellow one.
No.
Yeah.
So I'm getting a wee bit angry. I'm saying, Dad, how are we going to get around this? So he turns and says, just hold on a second. So he turns round, we're outside obviously, and he turns round to his car, which is the company car, and he opens the door, and it was a 2-door, pulls the seat forward, and here's a cardboard box under the seat full of brass fittings.
All right, yes.
And I'm going, I don't know where this is going. Oh dear, no way. I mean, for an absent-minded man, I knew this was going to end in disaster. So he picks up something out of this box and he walks towards me, and I think, oh no. So he puts it up, and it's a shiny brass plug.
Right.
The same thread, the same hole, and we screw it in, and we're up and running.
Up and running. There you go. Yeah, well, you always trust the old man. Eh?
Always trust the old man.
Yeah. Yeah. Cars and their wily ways. And the thing about thermostats, right? They were supposed that if they were going,
Yeah.
they would fail open,
Yes.
and so that the water just circulated,
And it wouldn't overheat.
and they never did.
No. Listen, we could talk about quite a few things, but maybe we should keep it to the next programme because we're getting on here.
We'll do that. We'll pick up on this.
So we'll close on this one
Close
and we'll
on
come
this
back
on
on
thermostats.
another
and-
story.
Yeah.
Right, bye folks.
Bye, folks. Bye.
You were listening to another program of Chatty Chappies.